day masculine man, take one.
What makes a modern day masculine man? When you drink your liquor straight. A modern day masculine man. I pay all the bills and I tells my woman the truth. Got my shit together, do what I wanna do, say what I wanna say. I won't break you, or not me, and I am not you. I kept it real, so now I can do what I wanna do. Modern masculine man. Welcome to Man School.
Welcome to the Modern Masculine Man Podcast, Mitch. Welcome. Come one, come all, come hither, come from better, come from every motherfucking weather. You are tuned in, tap in, and turn on to Tough Talk Tuesdays with me and my guy, Trab P. Sing us in, Trab. Sing us
in. Hey, black folks, can we have your attention for 1 hour? That's all we needed for 1 hour.
1 hour, man. Listen, man, and I'm telling you, Father God, before we get started, listen, when I say what I want to talk about tonight, man, you had made a post about it, and this era in history is going to go down as the great confusion of blacks. This will go down in history of the great confused state of black people, and it's proven why we were easily manipulated and captive and became slaves, why we remain slaves. Man, I say all the time, and people get mad at me because I have a special needs daughter, but I talk like I talk. You know what I'm saying? I've always said, you can look at the continent of Africa and how they worship Jesus and how they want to be like America and how they got all the resources, all the gold, the copper, the lithium, the silver, the vibranium in the ground, and they still oppressed by the white and the motherfucking French and the Chinese, and they still talk the same old spiritual mumbo jumbo looking to the sky shit that we talk. You can see that we clearly are of them, right? Mm-hmm. But I always say that they didn't have to capture the slaves to get them on the boat. They basically took all the backhaul special needs people in Africa and said, y'all go stand down at that ocean, and then some folks gonna come take y'all on a cruise. And they wandered down there, and the motherfuckers walked on the boat, and them the ones that came to America because they had to sell the dumbest Africans for us to end up like we are. Now, people think I'm crazy. If you were buying a product, you would want the cheapest product, right? Because you just want a motherfucker to work. Give me the cheapest niggas, Africans y'all can gather together, right? And then the Africans that selling them will be saying, well, shit, we gonna get the easiest motherfuckers to catch. The easier they are to catch, the cheaper they are. So why would you go over here and try to conquer the strongest tribe to sell to the white man when you can go over here and try to conquer this weak tribe? So I said all that today to get today's show started. Man, I've been watching, I didn't watch the Grammys, but I've seen snippets of it. And I watched Mike Epps today. And he started off Trump this, and we can't kick the Mexicans out. And it's like certain stuff we should just keep our mouth off.
Yeah.
But I want to set this up. Man, I'm so angry at the way we are being used.
Come on.
And it hurts because there are 3 types of people that are in this battle as black people. You got number 1, the black person that will say what everyone else is saying just to say it. That's so smart. Social media ass response. Then you have the black person that's totally brainwashed.
Come on.
And he's saying what he really feels. Then you have these boot-licking ass goddamn celebrities that's saying what the money tells them to say. And they influencing everybody. Now think about what I said again, and I'm going to give you the mic because I want you to have the mic, but I'm setting the show up. You got one group of black people that's sitting back saying, shit, I don't give a damn about ICE fucking with them foreigners. But guess what? I'm trying to get some pussy, so I ain't going to say it around the women. He don't give a damn, but he just saying what he need to say in any situation. Smart. Then you got a nigga that's solely really been brainwashed, and he really, really, really wants to stop ICE and think ICE is a Nazi terrorist, and ICE is not part of the National Department of Homeland Security, and ICE is not a real police force. He really believes that ICE is fucking going to take blacks back into slavery. And then you have a nigga like Mike Epps and Ricky Smiley that say, well, shit, whatever you pay me to say, I say. Then you go from there.
Man, well, I'm gonna set it up like this. I'm gonna use mathematics. In 100% of us, you got 85. 85, like you say, they looking for somebody to say, come here, my child, come here, my child. You got 15% that understand and got the ability, the know-how to tell the 85, come here, my child. Out of that 15, you got 10 who look at the 85 as less than and pray and only see them as opportunity to step on their head and their ignorance to become rich and famous or to become powerful through money. And then you have the 5%. Or we can hear them as like 5%ers. Those are the poor righteous teachers. Those are the ones that's truly got a Jesus heart through unconditional love. They just want to see people strive to find peace and love. But the 5 seems to always get ignored. The 10 is the ones who got the money. Them the ones who validated, associated, affiliated. They look like the glitz and the glamour. The 85 imagine themselves wanting to be. And you just got to know your position at all time, because as much as you might can see it, there's a rotation that at any point you could be the 85, I could be the 85, I could be the 10, or I could be the 5. Now, when I'm saying this, I'm saying you can look at it like through entertainment and politics. Yeah, we all the 85 in a sense, but I'm talking about when you scale it down to real life. If you don't know about mechanics and automotives, you can go to somebody because your car making a tick. And if he can look you in your eyes and know you don't understand what's going on, boy, you will become an 85, and he could be a mean 10 or a mean 5. So we all can be in position, but I promise you, it's about understanding how this thing works to know your position. And we suffer as black people. I'm talking about through the history, even when you going back to how we got here. I ain't gonna go into that because I don't know, but I know how it worked on us. And we suffer because we look for love in all the wrong places. And we'll never want to accept that the ones that's with us in the moment is the real deal. We think, how can you be real, Javon, and you on here with podcasts with me? It's some people that will think like that. Man, how can you be great? How can you be special? And I got access to you. And that's a reflection of how low we think of ourselves, that we personally can't even know something great or know somebody great.
Yeah, you know, and just saying off of that, it's like, it's sad that Jay-Z gotta be in the Illuminati and worshiping the devil, drinking blood to be a great rapper. Like, wasn't the nigga a great rapper first? Didn't he have to rap good before they discover him? Like, before the Illuminati and the demons got hold to him, he had to be a good rapper. They didn't just go pick Johnny Boy Francis off the street. But You know, that was just something I threw in there because I don't give a fuck about entertainers. You know what I'm saying? I really, really, really am realizing, well, I've been saying it forever. They are used to buffer us. They are used to keep us quiet, used to entertain us, enter our brain and maintain our mental state. And the government means to govern, like a governor means to control. You know, like school buses have what's called a governor in their carburetor, in their fuel injection system. It governs. That means this motherfucker can only go 60 miles per hour, top speed, no matter what you do, because we ain't gonna let you be on this bitch driving crazy with these children. So government job is to govern your mental. But my thing is this, I'm saying this. As Black people, we say all the time, there is no good government or bad. It's all of them two of the same wing and less of two evils. And I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about this for a second. Now I want to know what you think. I don't know if I asked you this before. You got a vampire and you got a werewolf. Which one you want to be bit by? I want to be bit by the goddamn vampire. Because at least I can sleep all day, get up at night, go out and get me some blood, fuck, still be cool, just be a nigga in the nighttime, live forever. But I just got to have blood. I don't want to turn into no goddamn wolf. And what can a wolf do? I'm a nigga. I can do some nigga shit as a vampire. So if I got to pick between Donald Trump as a vampire or Joe Biden as a werewolf, bite me, goddamn vampire.
Well,
I don't want to be no goddamn werewolf.
I'm gonna say this: I ain't want to be bit by now one of the motherfuckers.
Me either, but if I got to,
let me say this:
what you want to be, a vampire or werewolf?
Now, I ain't gonna choose. You ain't gonna make me choose. Hey, look, let me say this: like we hear the rhetoric, same bird, two different wings. We hear all of that. I shared a post about Malcolm X that said what he said in 1963. All these years later, I mean, it's exactly to the T. The system is the system. There's two sides. Our mind is like a football. Ping pong, whether it's religion, whether it's politics. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, nobody was cool about talking politics. Nobody talked politics 10 years ago until Barack Obama came into office. Nobody even knew damn near that politics existed other than in school. No curricular activity conversations was about politics. I promise you.
And we watched. When Obama was off, we didn't talk about it. We just watched. We was happy. We didn't talk about it. We started talking about it when Trump came into the mix. Well, we were interested because Obama was boring. Let's just be real. I'm trying to say this about Black people. Entertainment. Why do you think one party even entertains us? See, entertain and entertainment is two different things. That's what people don't understand. If I entertain you, that means I pay you some attention. You get it?
Yes.
If I entertain Trab, I'm paying you some attention. I'm hearing what you say. I'm letting you go in my head.
Come on.
But entertainment is me going in your head. Now, what I'm saying is the Republican Party doesn't even entertain Black people.
Come on.
We don't care. We're not listening at your Black problems. We're not listening at your Black plight. We're doing what's best for Americans. We don't even entertain y'all. We don't cater to Black people. We don't go out to the Black churches. The Republicans don't go on the Breakfast Club. The Republicans don't get rap artists. The Republicans don't even entertain Black people because they are who they are.
Come on.
That's what I like. Don't entertain me. Just make what's good for America. I'm an American citizen, law-abiding citizen. I'm not a criminal. I'm not an African American. I'm not black. I'm an American citizen. So don't entertain me as a black race. Don't judge me by the color of my skin. Make America great for America because I'm an American. The Democrats are saying to you, we're going to give you entertainment. We're going to get in your head. We're going to get all your comedians, all your singers, and all of your athletes, and they're going to speak up for you. We want to get in your head because guess what? We don't want you to see yourself as an American citizen. We want to see yourself as someone on the outside of the American dream so that we can say, let's help them poor blacks get up. Let's give them DEI. Let's give them affirmative action. Let's give them something. Give us government funding to give the poor and the blacks them something. And we say, that sound good. It makes sense. Yes, do that. And then they get the grants and they give us $1,000 and they keep the other $90 billion. That's their game.
Man,
that's been their game since the beginning of time. Otherwise, why would they even entertain us? They listening at us and then telling us what to do. And the Republican is saying, listen, man, I'm not trying to entertain Mexicans, blacks, his goddamn Asians, none of that shit. I'm trying to make America great for the American white man. And if you see yourself as American, you gonna eat too. That's the problem. We keep thinking we not American. You American, motherfucker.
Man, we want to be any goddamn thing.
Any goddamn Trab, you know, I joke all the time. I says I was Indian because my grandma said, and I got a decent grade of hair. I like to play. I like to poke fun. You know what I'm saying? But we want to be Moors. We want to be the Africans. We want to be the Hebrews. We so lost. We just don't want to accept. We want to be everything that we want to be that can be traced back to what they are wants to be American. Listen at what I'm saying again, and you got the floor. Everything that you want to be, we want to be as a black person. We want to be a Moor, a Hebrew. We want to be an Israelite. We want to be a Jew. We want to be African. We want to be the Asiatic black man. And every last one of them motherfuckers is saying, I want an American citizenship.
Oh man, I want to go back to the same bird, two wings. When I broke it down about how we didn't talk about politics, I'm talking about back in the time when woke was about black pride, was about truth, was about understanding the white man lies. I'm talking about 15 years ago, 20 years ago, when black people almost felt ashamed to talk about woke, talk about black pride and history. It was shamed upon. I'm talking about there was a group of consciousness black people that were seen crazy because they craved the understanding of the answers that we didn't have. So when I talk about the two wings, man, you talking about religion. You talking about politics. Your mind is the ball. Right now, politics is serving. See, and it's a reason that it's serving, but like I say, we don't remember. 5 years ago, everybody loved Jesus and held on to Jesus more than anything. But the government and politics showed the world that's just a room in my house, and I'll shut the door on that shit. And ain't a motherfucking thing nobody in the world can do. Church shut down, church over, no more God games. So now our identity, our hope, our faith lies in government. We want to be Democrats, more than we want to be Christians, more than we want to be any goddamn thing. We want to be the opposite of what we are taught to fear. Donald Trump's name has more power than the name of Jesus in the aspect of fear. Black people fear Trump way more than they have faith in Jesus. And if you think I'm lying, then goddamn it, I'll be alive.
Man, I made a video about that. I made a video about that. His name is his name. And this is what I said in my video that's so crazy. His name trumps all names, and the bitch name is Trump.
Come on.
Ain't that some shit? When you play spades, you know Trump. That's the Trump, the best card, the Trump card. That bitch Trump name trumps all names, and his name is Donald Trump. Trumping all names. And see, this is the thing that a lot of people don't realize. Religion and state have always gone together. They are the yin and the yang, because the way I control you is through your mind. What we're doing now, we are seeing Barack Obama roll back some of the power of religion. Once you legalize gay marriage, you have basically said the president got more power than God. Because
go ahead. I ain't mean to cut you off, man. You hit me with that, man. Let this Black History Month, man.
I hate Black History.
I know, man. But it's the one time we gonna pay attention and act like we want to understand, man. We're gonna act like we want to understand. Let me tell you something about the black man and the black woman. We got a soul, man. And we can get into what a soul is or what a soul ain't. But I'm talking about the essence we put in our culture, our food, our music. No matter what it is, it's something you feel. And if you ever felt the soul coming out of somebody, just like if I sang and make you feel a tremble in your spine, you motherfucking lying if you don't feel it. It's real, right? So I'm saying what that is real. But it ain't never been able to be explained or defined. But it has been contained. Entertainment. They know how to contain it. They use the essence, whether it be religion or whatever, Jesus, politics, whatever. They know how to contain that. And we don't understand what it is. See, we done got so much into our mind. A dude told me the other day, he said, man, charge it to my mind and not my heart. See, in Black history, we talking about our grandmamas and them, they ain't never have a mind. Because they always felt like they could never truly grasp the white man thinking and the white man logic. So they was led with their heart and their soul, and they knew everything. But now we all in the mind, and we ain't got the heart no more. And that's why we're lost. The heart told us who we was. In the mind, we want to be any goddamn thing. Any goddamn thing, Javon. Javon, I'm talking about man, a black man get more power if he be a gay black man, if he be any kind of goddamn black man. Just a regular black man in his soul won't do no more. So when we talk about left and right, which one you want to be bit by, a goddamn wolf or a vampire? How about we understand a wolf and a goddamn vampire and put them motherfuckers on leashes and be humans or who we is, and we control the goddamn beasts? Why being bit either got to be an option? That's because we have been reduced to wanting to be one of them.
Exactly. And see, that's the problem. This is what I'm trying to tell you. The Republicans ain't trying to bite you.
Come on, man.
They don't fuck with us. They don't want nobody to be them. They want all Americans. Democrats want to bite and turn everybody. Understand this. When Barack Obama legalized gay marriage, in this world, no matter what you say, there's one sin. If you call sins or if you call them acts, that's worse than all. And it's not pedophilia, because there are races in countries where they marry 10, 12-year-old girls. That don't bother them. People marry people young in the Quran. People marry people young in the Bible. That don't bother nobody. But that homo motherfucking sexuality, It's the number one motherfucking sin, and it was the worst thing, and it was the worst abomination in every motherfucking culture. Even in cultures where they will say, hey, I want to marry this 12-year-old girl, and her father say, yes, you can marry my 12-year-old daughter, but you better not try no gay kid with her. You know what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm saying. No, seriously. People think I'm crazy. When you say gayness is okay, what you have done is saying God don't matter no more. See, marriage is sanctified. It's the only thing that we ever said that God had to be on in the government. We don't have to pull God on the government on everything else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you interrupt that man and woman, what you do is you say, well, fuck it. Let's question all morals. Fuck. And when morals are questioned, what you have is when Dr. King was marching in the civil rights, you're taking two things and you're using them. When Dr. King and Malcolm X was in the civil rights movement and doing what they were actually saying, hey, y'all fucking with black people. And we ain't did nothing. They're taking that same movement and those same tactics and saying, hey, we want to stop government officials from doing their job with that. Yeah. Civil disobedience is when you sit down and you protest and you say, we're going to sit out here in front of this Home Depot because this is where all the Mexicans be, and ICE is coming here to get them. But you're stopping law enforcement from doing a job. It's a big fucking difference. You're using the same tactics. You're entertaining me. You got my mind. Never in history has the police been protested. When Black Lives Matter first started speaking out and black people started saying, we're scared of the police, we're scared of the police, Obama sat down and made up something called the Blue Act, meaning don't fuck with the police when they doing their motherfucking job. And ICE is the police.
Come on, man.
I don't think I had a conversation with this brother the other day, and he swore to God that ICE ain't the police. I said, well, what the fuck do you think they are? We got ICE, we got the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency, we got the fucking ATF, we got the Department of Homeland Security, we got the FBI, we got the fucking CIA. What the fuck do you think ICE motherfucking is? They the alphabet boys. I mean, what the fuck do you think they are?
Man, this going back to the beginning, Javon, the 85, you break the 15 down to the 10 or the 5, man. And I get your frustration. Like you say, arguing with somebody who don't even understand their own position, man. Like you say, the truth is the truth. And let me tell y'all this. The truth ain't black. The truth ain't white. The truth ain't Asian. The truth ain't Mexican. The truth is the truth. And once you see it, it becomes whatever it is that's determined what you are. I'm a black man. So the perspective of my truth is one as a man, one as a husband, one as a father, and in the last, you could put my color in it, in my culture. I'm a black man. But we got to stand in truth as adults. And one thing about a white man, we know this is a white man's world. We know that. This ain't no tricky rhetoric. We know where the power lies. America is the strongest nation on planet Earth. Not by money, by force. We got the strongest military on planet Earth. Just so happened we were the slaves that within America, but everybody look at America, like you say, wanting to be America. There's a truth in the order of manhood in America. A husband, a wife. Now, if you're Christian, they'll say God, husband, wife, family. So when a man understands that regardless of his color, I'm talking about my granddaddy who grew up through Jim Crow and my daddy who grew up through Jim Crow. My granddaddy grew up through sharecropping, which was slavery. I'm talking about all of these people. I can look at the census and go all the way back to 1920 and see my great-great-grandmama and my granddaddy, and they had a family. It was a man, it was a woman, and it was their children. Man, that's order. That's order. And in that truth, you will establish your foundation and you move out and you experience life. But if you ain't got no foundation in truth, then here we go again. You liable to be any goddamn thing. And if you don't come from a foundation, you liable or subject to be victim to any goddamn thing. It's three people in this world: a hero, a villain, and a victim. A mother and a father protects their children so that they're not vulnerable to be a victim to a villain. Like we talk about being gay. I ain't against gays. I ain't against none of that. I ain't talking about none of that shit. But I got empathy because I understand as a father, any gay man, any gay woman, they got out of order. We can play God games to stop accountability, but those are games. Any child that got out of order has a malfunction. What happened to you? We talking about Epstein files. What happened to your family files? What happened to that child that got her fucked up, angry, mad, sad, gay, out of order? Are we gonna be real enough to stand in truth and see how it works? Kevin Gates just put a video out where he showed the world he got fucked as a child and how it destroyed him. And it's the reason he angry. Come on, y'all. Like you say, let me say this, but if we don't want to be real, we'll be Democrats, we'll be Republicans, we'll be Christians, we'll be Moors, we'll be Qs, we'll be every goddamn thing but your mama and daddy child and your parents' mama and daddy. That's Black history.
Let me say something since you're talking about Black history. And this is where me and you have always disagreed. Now, peep this. White people live to a code. They have a standard. Like you say, a craft. And we talk about the Black Boule, and we talk about this, and we talk about that. Do you know right now, if the president of the United States would come to me and say, Javon, I want you to sell out or do what you need to do. I'm going to make you the minister of Black folks. Do you know everything you just said about that code and that family is what I'm going to put in place?
Come on.
All of our elders and all of our leaders that we call sellouts, that shit make me mad, boy, because we living off what they did. And all the Dr. Kings and all the Medgar Evers and all them brothers that we call sellouts were establishing a code for Blacks. And the damn show won't no goddamn act a goddamn fool. We was Christians and we wore suits and we was man, we was woman, we was child, we was family, and we was in fucking order. And that's what we need. We don't need fucking celebrities and basketball players and goddamn these motherfucking singers and shit being any influence on us. We need bootlicking Uncle Tom niggas at the head, and I will be one of them for our people. That's what we need. And that's the problem with Black people. See, I am one of the ones that said I'm a house nigga, and I would let some niggas speak. You think I'd let a fucking comedian speak on fucking what's going on right now? These ain't motherfucking Dick Gregory's, these ain't Richard Pryor's, and these ain't motherfucking Paul Mooney's. These motherfuckers is acting like they more afraid now in 2026 than our fucking ancestors was in the fucking 1800s. Our motherfucking entertainers ain't get on TV and say, I'm scared. They gonna put us back in fucking slavery. What the fuck did we fight for? Man. We lost our power when we stopped letting the fucking boule fucking lead us. If that's what you want to call it. I don't even believe it in that. I believe a nigga that can't ascend to a certain height or call a nigga that ascend to a certain height any motherfucking thing.
Come on.
when you get in this world and you get to a place where it ain't no more goddamn shucking and jiving, when all the jobs are gone, post-slavery, they locking us up. Well, who we need to talk to? We need to sit down and talk to some black men with some goddamn suits that's married to women. They got some kids. They go to fucking church every fucking Sunday. They got some goddamn morals. That's who we need to talk to. And that's who they went to talk to. That's who built fucking Black Wall Street. That's who built these motherfucking black towns. Not no goddamn revolutionary motherfucking niggas.
Come on, man.
So I hate that conscious shit. I hate that motherfucking revolutionary talk. We need to be the type of nigga that motherfucking follow the motherfucking rules, and we keep our religion and our spirituality off the goddamn internet. Now, I'm not saying there has to be a group of people or somebody that's going to be our representative, the buffer. It's always going to be a buffer. It's very easy for us to say what they were, bootlicking and Uncle Toms and sellouts, when they was living during the era where they hang your black ass for talking like we talking right now. They'll hang our black ass. And we live in a nation where we can talk shit about the goddamn president if we want to. Yeah. Nigga, they would have hung your ass for reading 100 years ago.
Man.
And we got these niggas out here confusing us.
Man.
And all I'm saying is the truth. Nigga, you ain't no goddamn scared. We ain't scared. We smoking, drinking, partying. We out goddamn side. We ain't no goddamn scared of no motherfucking ICE. We ain't scared of Donald Trump. We ain't scared of the motherfucking government. We just been entertained and our mental has been captive, and these motherfuckers got us saying the same motherfucking thing that they saying.
Robot.
I mean, I ain't mean to, yeah, robot.
No, you real. Let me say this, man. We in a time of the wannabes. And like you said, the foundation of Black America, Black Wall Street, we call them boulets now. And like you say, we look back at it. But then they were real. They knew who they was. The difference between then and now, we want to be what they were without understanding what they were. So we wannabes, and that's what brings the stigma of it not being real, because when you want to be something, you don't really know what it is. When you ain't got to want, you just got to be. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a testimony, and this real shit, man. Somebody asked me one time, they say, man, what happened to you? What made you flip and turn? And I always say, well, on the side of, I tell the story about what happened with my son, but I really think about it sometime. And I say, man, I think I got work hurt. Some people get church hurt. I got work hurt. I'm a very prideful man, leadership. And I got into manufacturing when I was young, man. And I rose to the top. My wife told me the other day, she say, I remember when you was traveling. She said, I prayed for a certain type of husband. And I remember watching you pack your bags and go travel for business. And I say, I got it. And during that time, I was high in music and entertainment. And I thought I was living a life. And my legs got chopped from up under me and I got crumbled. And it was a black woman that did it. Man, that hurt me. I'm talking about, and I gave my all to this job. I was a prodigy. It hurt me. I couldn't believe that. Old people told me, say, boy, you climbing high, but be careful. Them white folk will knock you down. And they didn't understand to see a black man striving. They thought the only way you could strive was to be an Uncle Tom. But I was on top of my music. Man, I was wearing my logo. These white folk was trying to talk like me. I wasn't trying to talk like white folk. And a black woman hit me in the knees and made it fall. And I was hurt. I couldn't believe it. So I got back in the industry, right? But I got a mentality now. I'm work hurt. I ain't gonna give my all to no company. I'm just gonna do enough to get this check, make my family, pay my bills. I ain't gonna fall in love with this bitch ass company no more. But during that time, I became a father, so my perspective changed. And somewhere along the line, I started to realize, man, I got to get over this hurt and climb again. I got to go back to the top. So my ego say, Trab, go back to the top. But when I got back to the top where I'm ready to go through doorways, I realized something. They say to truly be the power that you possess the potential when the storm comes, no matter how much it snow. A plant run 24/7 and don't never shut down. But for Christmas, really, outside of that, a plant run 24/7, 7 days a week. And when you in charge of this plant, we don't care what the conditions are. It's respected and required for you to come run this plant. And I reached a point in my life where I realized, boy, that don't mean that much to me to be able to say that no more. I'm staying at home. Fuck going out there. I ain't risking my life. And I had to accept. But that's why you're frustrated. Because you know where you want to go, but you ain't willing to sacrifice and give up what it takes to get there anymore. You see, that's a difference between somebody who want to be and somebody who is. But got to really understand what matters and who matters, and are you willing to make them sacrifices as a man? And see, that's what our ancestors did. I ain't talking about 1,000 years ago. I'm talking about 100 years ago. My granddaddy and his daddy and those that built Wall Street, they understood what the sacrifice was. And it wasn't no shit that they was trying to be. It was about order. It was about understanding. Like right now, man, we get in a room, we watching the awards, and we watching sissy motherfuckers run up there, and we using that as a standard to say, this is Black history. I promise you, in a room full of men, a sissy won't fucking talk when it's time to talk real about manhood, family, and Black people. Shut the fuck up.
He won't want to talk.
He
Let me
won't
tell you
want to
something.
talk.
Let me tell you something. I told this guy.
Come on, man. And I'm not saying he wrong. I'm not saying
no. It's just like
him. But man, real supersedes bullshit. When a nigga trying to be, he'll sit the fuck down when he in the presence of somebody who is.
Yeah, and that goes back to what I was saying about certain leaders, man. I told a guy the other day, he's a big guy, taller than me. You know what I'm saying? And he's gay, openly gay. And we were saying something, and we had a real conversation. And he was like, "Yeah, man, you know, I think you're a cool guy." He was like, "You ain't never judged me. You spoke to me, da 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 da." I said, "Yeah." I said, "And you ain't never did none of that extra gay shit around me." And he kind of laughed. And I said, "Why you laugh?" He said, "You know, when you come in, I kind of tone it down a little bit." I said, "Cause you can't do it around me." I said, "Cause I'm a real man, and you know you faking. You people that's fake don't want to act fake around real people, no matter what it is. A man standing there trying to be feminine will not do that in the presence of." I go to restaurants, right? And I've been coming out of the bathroom, and the gay waitress was talking to my wife over there. "Yeah, girl, your man is." When I walk up, he knocked his gayness down by 75%. "How you doing, brother? How you doing, man?" He kill all that. It can't stand in the same presence, man. So what I'm saying is that dumbness can't stand in the same presence. Back in the day, and even now, I would be the guy say, "Hey, man, if you ain't fluent on this subject, we need people to teach us instead of entertainers saying how they feel." I was talking to some cats the other day. I give you a perfect example. It's a podcast about to come out. I was on the podcast with the brothers again, and they was talking about Trump in Venezuela. Let me give you an example of what I mean, why we need bootleg niggas. And like I told them guys the last time, they laughed, but one of them got a little offended. I said, "Look, man, I got a master's in education. I'm a guest on y'all podcast. Y'all read my credentials and what I've done. I said, I don't know if you motherfuckers can read. So I'll be very careful about listening at you niggas. I don't know nothing about you. I said, I would make a motherfucker take a test to vote. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying all this to say, they was talking about Trump and Venezuela. And I said, hey, listen, man, do y'all understand that our gas has gone down because we got oil from Venezuela? They said, yeah, but it won't right. I said, do y'all understand that the United States of America went over there and set their oil system up and taught them how to refine it and actually built their whole fucking infrastructure for oil? Did you know that? No, I didn't know that. I said, now, did you know that they were selling oil to China and Russia? Those were their biggest two suppliers. Now, China running around talking about they doing solar power and all this shit, but they running their infrastructure off oil. So how these motherfuckers, we set their oil up, and then they gonna sell oil to our biggest ops, and then about that China come over there and build a military base that fucking close to us. They said, damn, I ain't know it. I said, well, Google it, motherfuckers.
Yes, you see what I'm saying? It's
so that's when I explained that to them. I said, that's why I wouldn't let you niggas have no motherfucking podcast. And I was on their podcast. I said, I wouldn't let you niggas have a podcast. If I was in charge, I would take you niggas podcasts. Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Man,
you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Let me say this, man. This deep here, boy. You done went somewhere deep. I was watching an Epstein video where he was talking. It's part of the Epstein files. You know, everything about Epstein wasn't about fucking kids. It was a reason he was real known amongst the stars. He really had a gift and a talent of talking money and shit like that with him, right? So I was listening at one of his videos, and he was talking about how Bill Clinton pandered to the people for votes, right? And he said one of the things that Bill Clinton did was he said he was going to take the real estate market and he was going to lower it to where all the black people could buy homes.
Tainted.
And he felt like if he could do that and give them ownership, then he would get into the hearts of black people and win their vote because they would associate what he did as one of the greatest times for black people. And at first, all the banks said, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to lower our standards. And he said, you will lower your standards. He threatened them the same way you would consider Trump playing hardball politics. And this is when Fannie Mae and all of these different type of urban real estate first-time home buyer plans became into action. And if you well know, leading up to around 07, 08, everybody was buying homes. This was strategically done, putting the market in a vulnerable state only to get votes. But the bank fought back because they said, if we lower the standards, the credit rate is a reflection of your promise. Your credit rate is a reflection of your discipline. If we lower the standards, we're taking a chance at black people basically not fulfilling their loans. And we didn't. And they blame that on us.
And tank the whole fucking housing.
The whole America. So in their mind, they play the ball on our mind. Now listen, during that time, I had been a homeowner. I knew what black homeowner felt like. I wanted everybody to feel that. I knew they were lowering the standards. I wanted black people to understand, hey, y'all, let's take advantage. They're lowballing us. They're stereotyping us. Let's take the advantage and use pride and honor to show that we can fulfill these loans. I was telling every black person that was buying a house, make sure you get a fixed loan. Don't you get one of them loans that's going to grow. Man, I'm talking about understanding how it works. So yeah, we was the ball. Yeah, we always the away team and the officials ain't never on our side. And if you're a black man, let me tell you this right here. It's somebody on Facebook. I made a comment about real estate, and he showed me a card talking about he a goddamn real estate agent. But just 3 weeks ago, he talking about he on motherfucking food stamps. Motherfucker, I do this every day in pride and honor to help people understand how this shit works so that they can raise a fucking family. Fuck you talking about wrong. The game ain't never been fair. It ain't never been made for us. But goddamn it, we can win if we understand who we is and stop wanting to be what we ain't. It's a power in the way they lowball us and count us out. Goddamn y'all. Goddamn y'all. Goddamn y'all. Goddamn y'all. Just be real to understand how this shit work and realize they playing on us, man. But we ain't got.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's hard for us to do this when the people that we're listening to are getting paid to say what they're saying. That's the point. Now you understand why I've said so many years, I wish they would have never let niggas on the radio, TV, movies, or professional sports. I get called to Uncle Tom, but I'm talking about the greater good of the country. Tell me a good TV show or a good program that's on for blacks right now. We don't do nothing but they using us. We don't do nothing but promote negativity. I don't see, this is the thing that black people don't understand. Black people were great when we weren't on TV, when we weren't on the radio. All we talk about is representation. Well, if we represent fuckery and shooting and killing and robbing and stealing, what fucking kind of representation is that? I'm saying when black folks weren't on TV, we was doing great. It didn't matter. Life is life. Man. Life is life. You didn't have nothing to compare it to. What I'm simply saying is, why are we listening to these motherfuckers who have no understanding of anything? Boy, you're an NBA basketball player. You've been playing AAU basketball all your life. Somebody been giving you your grades. You don't know a goddamn thing about the economy, politics, or nothing. You don't need to be commenting on that shit. Boy, you don't get to talk about that.
Yeah,
but see, the problem is with black people is we hate the fact that there's always going to be a leader chosen, right?
Mm.
And some of us never going to meet the qualifications of leadership.
Come on, man.
So as black people, we're going to have to send a black representative up.
Man.
And if you don't meet that qualification, you're going to be mad. You're going to be mad. But back in the day, they would say, shut your cotton picking ass up, nigga. You ain't got a goddamn thing to do with Booker T. Washington and W.E. Du Bois talking about.
Yeah.
Go over there and goddamn get them goddamn fish fried up. We gonna eat later. Let the goddamn scholars in the room talk. What the fuck is you in here trying to talk to some scholars for? And then on the vice versa, when it's time to farm and grow and do agriculture, they say, hey, scholars, shut the fuck up. You motherfuckers don't know nothing about the wind and the direction and the planting and the crops and the moon and the harvest. Shut the fuck up, scholars.
Hey.
And then when it's time to talk to money, they say, hey, farmers, shut the fuck up. And that's what we need now. There's times that I know when to shut the fuck up.
Come on.
And then there's times where I know when I say, hey, let me talk, goddammit, because you motherfucking niggas don't know what the fuck going on. You don't know about history. You don't understand that with Venezuela and China, we had a Cold War. We can't never be they motherfucking friends. We'll look weak to everybody. We can't never be Cuba's friend again. We'll look weak to everybody. We had a Cuban Missile Crisis. We raced and faked the moon landing against Russia in the Cold War. We can't be they motherfucking friends again. We'll look weak to the whole world. So you don't understand why we don't fuck with them. It's like in your family, your grandma could say, we don't fuck with the Joneses. Don't go over there fucking with them. And why, grandma? Because they hoes, they nasty, goddammit. Don't fuck with them. Don't nobody know the real history why you can't fuck with them. It's places, things that we can't fuck with based on treaties that we done had in the past, things that motherfuckers that have done to us. So if you don't understand that shit and you know your eggs going down, your fucking gas going down, shut the fuck up. And Trab, you know what? That I hate to say it. That's the thing that hurt us. That's the problem. Everybody got a microphone now. Everybody want to be the one that talk. And then after everything is said and done, King get his head blown off. Mega Evans get his head blown off. Malcolm X get his motherfucking head blown off. All these niggas get their head blown off. And we sit back and say, you know, they should have did it like this. If they'd have done it like this, it'd have been like this. I'd have done it like this.
Or if people know you got something in you that's real, they'll remind you. King got his head blowed off. Martin got his head blowed off. So you know. So at the end of the day, like you say, we gonna knock our leaders down no matter what. Let me say this about King though, cause this some real shit. I watched this video on TikTok. It was a little white baby, and her mama asked her. Her mama said, who died on the cross for our sins? And the little baby was about 4. She said, Dr. Martin Luther King. And it started laughing and went off, and it was a joke. And I said, the baby ain't lying. The baby ain't lying. The baby is not lying. See, I'm talking real life shit. He in the Bible. How did he miraculously get in the Bible? Well, it said there would be a false prophet that said, I have dreamed, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. And here go a black man that's saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. And there's a whole cultivated opposition that says, he's lying, he's a false prophet. We don't want to hear that shit. Because they follow the same book. And it's in there. Kill this motherfucker that say, I have dreamed. But when we look at this, man, we talking about cultivated. We talking about a game. We talking about what you're willing to sacrifice. We talking about a parent sacrificing their son to go to Germany, come back, change his name, put him in a whole position to be Martin Luther, the great white German philosopher. I'm talking about a prodigy that can go to college at 15 to represent something that's been happening way before he was born, only to get slaughtered on the mountaintop. And here we are celebrating, not knowing, man, that's a script. And I know it's a script because if the script was real about him, then why did they kill his brother? Why did they shoot his mama in the head? And why was it black people that was trying to kill them? See, my granddaddy was born in 1920. Granddad, what you thought about Martin Luther King? I mean, I remember when he was doing his thing and, you know, I would hear about him. That's it, Granddad. Yeah, I remember when he died. Everybody was sad. That's it, Granddad. He ain't had no TV, see him plastered all around. He ain't understand all of that. Because he was being real, just as real. I'm talking about just as real. See, before then, we ain't want to be. We ain't look at something and say, I want to be. We had to be. Be what our daddy was. Be what our mama was. What you gonna be? What you gonna do? We don't need, if I ask you right now, man, what you do right now in this world, it's somebody that's watching me, can put up bags, can put up shoes, can put up clothes, can put up every materialistic thing to say that they are more than you, more than me, more than anybody watching them. Man, I got all of this money, but if you ask them one question, it becomes a trick. Well, what you do? I'm an entrepreneur. Nah, motherfucker, what you do? Because what you do makes a way for what you have and what you is. What you do. So we want to be every goddamn thing. Because we believe that people can make you be, program you. We want to be, man, god damn, man. I don't even know how
Hey,
to say it no more, Devon,
hey,
man. I don't
Trav,
know how
check this out. Check this out. I want to
to,
juxtapose the example with you
man.
in manufacturing and Dr. King, right? This is what I say to people, right? And this is what people don't understand. There's always a sacrificial lamb. There's always, but you have to be golden to be the lamb.
Come on.
That's what people don't understand. So you take Dr. King, all that shit you just said about him, 16 years old, graduated from college, had his fucking PhD at 22, well-spoken, handsome motherfucker. All right. So when it's time to do something, you can't be a certain type of nigga and be the one that they say, well, go in there and sacrifice yourself. Get something for the race, but you're going to sacrifice yourself. You know what I'm saying? In a long story short. And people going to talk good about you. People going to talk bad about you. You know what I'm saying? And then we also going to wheel and deal the story like we need. Now, you take Trab in manufacturing, what you were saying earlier when you told your story about being work hurt. Trab go into the company, Hero Training Company, right? Well, let's call it Hero Manufacturing.
Come on.
So Trab going to Hero Manufacturing, he's a prodigy because you called yourself a prodigy. And you work, you build your way up, you work, you go from supervisor to foreman, and now you plant manager.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of black folks working under you. And the manager of the plant say, well, look, we want a union. The black folks want you to do certain things. And your job is to go in there and talk to the white man and represent him, but your ultimate job is to run these niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you got to split the difference in how you feel in your heart and your spirit and how your mind and how your motherfucking job and how your motherfucking family get fed.
Come on.
Now, you got a lot of motherfuckers under you telling you, tell the white man this, and the white man telling you to tell him this, and you being pulled and do, but you still got a motherfucking family. And no matter what, your job is the one that's going to be lost, and your motherfucking head is going to be the one to get blown off. But the only reason you there in that position because of how hard you worked, because you was the prodigy. That's Dr. King.
That's Dr. King.
That's Dr. King.
And you know what I heard as you was explaining that. Many are called, but few are chosen.
Mm-hmm.
You chosen for this shit. But all of that, talking real life shit. When you chosen for that shit, and I ain't talking about nothing special. When you chosen to lead and represent for your family, like you say, there's a thing called dignity, integrity, respect, temptation, and all the things that'll come challenge a man. You got to stand in the paint and know and be real and walk out knowing. I talk about in the story of Jesus. We talked about this one time, a rabbis. Knowing, I'm talking about right now in this moment, dog. I tell the truth with my soul, man. Knowing that if somebody can hear everything I say and say, man, nobody want to hear that stupid, dumb ass shit that nigga talking. And it took me years to accept that. Years. But guess what? I can't turn it off, and I ain't gonna stop talking because I'm chosen for this. I argued this with getting some pastors who said that I couldn't say I had it in me because I don't believe, and them motherfuckers don't even preach no more. Them motherfuckers don't even say nothing about church no more. Them son of a bitches was trying to be something because it was cool before COVID. Them fake motherfuckers, I'm still talking this fire because I can't stop. And I won't.
Exactly.
And I want this to be about me. I want this to be about anybody who paying attention, who ain't trying to be something. They wake up and be. We human beings. Then what? Because when you discover that and figure that out, ain't no other option. You wake up and you go.
Peep this right here real quick. And this is what I think about a lot about Dr. King, because I fuck with Dr. King. Dr. King, and I'm the type of nigga like Dr. King. If I'm a handsome motherfucker putting myself on the line, I'm indulge, I'm gonna smoke reefer, I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna fuck me some bitches, I'm gonna have me a good time because I know I'm gonna check up out of this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what nobody think about it. If you know what I'm saying. But I think Dr. King, and I think you in that company, when you got a good soul and when you for the people don't realize the self-sacrifice. I believe Dr. King, any man like him in that position, would rather die and appease both parties for the betterment of his people. Think about this now. Your wife is at home saying, fuck Hero Manufacturing. Yeah, you done rose to the top. We got a good house, a good neighborhood. There's other jobs, Trav. It ain't but 1,000 blacks at that plant. Why is you sacrificing yourself for them? Why don't you just quit the job, Trab? Why do you care about them 1,000 people? Trab, quit the job and the problem is over. Quit the job. But some of you, it's them 1,000 people is depending on you because you the one that rose to the top. And if you quit, you know your motherfucking legacy gonna be a sellout for the rest of time. And your wife telling you, quit that job. And that white man telling you, go in there and tell them niggas this, and I'll make sure they got this. And you said, damn. You see what I'm saying? And Dr. King, and at a certain point, you said, look, goddamn, I'd rather die. And the white man know I tried to do what I, and then my people got blessed. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the choice he chose, man. I think that's the choice he chose because he could have quit the job. What do? Do you quit the job or you keep and put your family in danger and keep repping for these 1,000 motherfuckers that don't know and gonna say, well, Trav rose to the top and he represented us and he got us a union and better pay, but he made it so the white man can do this. He still sold out, but I got a better job and better pay though. But he still sold out. I got civil rights. I can eat where I want to eat, go where I want to go, do what I want to do. I'm a free black man. I can run a manufacturing company. I can do anything I want to do in America that I put my motherfucking mind to it. I can start a label. One must start to catch up. And if I prep it right, I can become a fucking billionaire off this. But Dr. King did something wrong.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying?
Man,
take us out because you know I gotta go. Do you quit the job or you keep going? What do you do?
I'm gonna answer like this. The question more powerful than the answer. But I will say this. And boy, that's a hell of a position to be in. And it's symbolic in one way or another that we all gonna go through. And I have been in situations where I told the white man, I ain't telling them nothing. I'm gonna tell them the truth. And I went out there and told them the truth. And the white man looked at me saying, they ain't gonna believe you. They ain't conditioned for you to tell them the goddamn truth. That's why I told you to tell them what I wanted you to tell them, because they know and they've been conditioned to think I'm the only one gonna tell them the truth. And I stand with that decision. But I want to say this too, man. I ain't answering the question. The question is more powerful than the answer. But you got to understand what matters and who matters. And I think there's a sweet spot in everybody's purpose to when they find what's real and how to thrive. I ain't found that yet because I'm still going to the goddamn job.
That's the sweet spot, Trav. Listen, that's what I'm trying to tell you. The sacrifice is the sweet spot.
That's the sweet spot.
But the person that gets there, that's what they've been waiting for.
Come on.
That's how you become infamous. That's how you become martyr. That's how you be like Achilles and Leonidas. These people know. These people know this sweet spot right here. Malcolm X, he didn't fit the qualifications of Dr. King, but he felt another qualification. Prison nigga, get out, conform Muslim, speak for black people, speak his mind, get nationally known, and then decide damn, I'm finna turn on Elijah Muhammad and say that white folks is my brother. That's the sweet spot. He know it's coming. He know it's coming. He know it's coming. He know that's the sweet spot. I tell you a conversation I had with me and my wife before I go. And this was a long time ago. And I said, Chris, if I do what I want to do, they're going to kill me. She said, you don't have to think of that. I said, I'm going to try to do it strategically and everything so they don't have to kill me. I said, but if I accomplish my mission, they're going to have to kill me. And that's what I'm going to love. Infamy. Infamy. See, when you leave here, what do you leave? Because everything that I'm experiencing here, I'm experiencing. I got that. What do I leave? What do they say after me after I gone? That's really what motherfucking matters.
That's what matters.
That's the sweet spot.
That's the sweet spot.
If you gonna have to sacrifice, it may not be death, it may be losing your career, family, but the sweet spot is right there because you ain't gonna beat him.
Well, let me ask you this then. Hey, let it go turn into some real life therapy shit. Well, if that's the case, is that a legitimate fear?
Nah, it's why fear it? Because that's what I want.
That's what you want.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want them to say, that nigga talked on the motherfucking internet to the point where black folks started following him, and he had a 3-4 year run where he was the goddamn voice of black people saying, sit your ass down and shut the fuck up and let's bring this man in here and he gonna teach us this. And he had a 3-4 year run where everybody motherfucking knew he was the one. Bow, take me out. I'm good. I don't care. I don't care. Because every day I'm up there. Every day I'm up there with the microphone. Boy, I'm living. I'm living. I'm living. I'm living. And don't think, and what you think I'm doing? I'm Dr. King. The day might be the day they take me out, but I got some holes in the room. And we gonna entertain when I get through talking tonight. Jesse, they got chicken, they got barbecue sauce, fried fish. Oh, as soon as we leave the Masonic Lodge, get me back to the car, goddammit. That man fucking lived and loved it. That's what he wanted, man. That's what he wanted.
Let me close off this then, because this real. We all we got, we all we need. My brother say what he want. And I'm gonna close with what I want. I want the attention of anybody like-minded like me to come together with my brother, with us. We all we got, we all we need. Come together with resources. I want to give my understanding of manufacturing to some young black engineers. I want to give my understanding of manufacturing to some prominent black people with some real money to invest, to come up and build a product. I'm talking about put it down. I'm talking about for the world that's colorless and ethnicity. I'm talking about for the world. I want to come together and put something down to build a legacy that produces and reproduces in a plant form that creates opportunity that will grow. I work for a company where her great granddaddy invented Velcro, the Velcro that we all know. I work for that company and her great granddaddy invented that. And they live in France and walk around here with plants from America to Shanghai producing Velcro. And I got every understanding that I need to understand how to produce something original for black people. So I want. We all we got, we all we need to become a manifestation to realize, man, let's create power. That's what I want. And whatever that sweet spot is, I hope when I find it, I'm 80 and 90 and I'm ready to go.
Hey, look, I want to be an old Dick Gregory motherfucker too, or a Farrakhan nigga, but when you get that old, that's because you was useless. That's because you weren't even a threat to him. Farrakhan preaching hate, keeping the races separate. Dick Gregory was doing the same thing. That's when. But this is my point. I let my sayings to end this, Trab. Check this out.
Come on,
people don't understand this. What better choice I can make than to choose how I die?
Come on.
Good God Almighty, boy. If I can choose how I die, they gonna put a bullet in my head to stop me because I got my people on a motherfucking road. And they gonna talk about me forever. Man, ain't no better way to go. And I chose that shit. Shit. I won't. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You talk about ain't no better. I just think different, man. Don't nobody get to choose how they die. Dr. King sat there one day, and Malcolm X sat down one day, and he said, God damn, I'm the motherfucking man. And they gonna kill me for this shit. And I'm going out tomorrow and goddamn face that shit.
That's real life shit.
They chose that shit, man.
That's
Love you, bro.
shit.
Y'all already know what the time it is. Y'all stay tuned in, tapped in, turned on this Tough Talk Tuesday with me and my guy Trab. Y'all tune in tomorrow for Random Wave Wednesday with me and Carla. Y'all tune in Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. for Trab's Hero Training. And y'all check this out. This is the clothing line I started for my daughter, special needs. One must start, two catch up. And I'm about to turn that into a phrase around here for my black people. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? We must start to catch up. Hey. Trav, I think I got you tonight because I got you with two questions you ain't answered. You got
yeah, it's all good. Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
I ain't never stumped you. I believe I goddamn stumped the teacher tonight. I stumped his ass. I stumped his ass tonight.
Hey, look, it's all good, man. Hey, look.
I will give you one more chance before you get out of here. Werewolf or vampire?
It's all good, man.
Y'all be good, family.